and gentlemen, boys and girls, now it's time for British Wrestling Radio with your hosts, Dean Mitchell, Nixie Newman, and our very own Quebec ICE Vendetta. Join us in our chat room at www.britishwrestlingradio.co.uk. Phone in on 01223. And that's enough of that, because of that. Hold on a minute, excuse me. Boom, get rid of that theme song. There we go. Evening, welcome to British Wrestling Radio again. My name is Dean Mitchell. I've got to change that theme song. I've really got to change it. It's so out of date now, because, yeah, good start. Yeah, thank you very much. It's all over the place. One day I'm going to get that theme song redone. I might get it done this week. I'm hopefully going to get it redone. So what do you reckon? Should we have a new theme song, or should we keep it with the Bulldogs theme song, and we'll see what we can do with that? Or what should we do, a brand new theme song, or just keep the ones we've got? We've had it since day one, so personally, I'd rather keep the British Wrestling Radio theme, but I'll redo the music. So yeah, it's up. Yeah, it's not like the other week when we had somebody here. I think, let me get my head straight on it. I think, over the year we've had different themes, and a person asked me the other week, shall I change the name of the radio station? Get real. British Wrestling Radio is what it is. British Wrestling Radio is what it's going to be. If people want to stay and listen to it, fine, that's their decision. If people want to go and listen to other things, go. But British Wrestling Radio is staying, and it's not going to go anywhere else. I guarantee that, 110%. Did you like the speed of me downloading the show last week? It would finish, and it was on the website. It was on the Facebook within 10 minutes. Boom, I was steaming last week, and I'm not bigging myself up, because if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it. But I defy anyone else last week to do the bloody show that I did about the British wrestling scene. There we go. I've seen a couple of new people in the chat room. Hello, and hope you're going to enjoy the show, and try his best. It's been an interesting week in British wrestling. It's been a very interesting week in wrestling, full stop. We've had the 20th anniversary of SummerSlam at Wembley Stadium this week. We had the debut of WrestleTalk TV on Challenge last Sunday, and they're going to be doing it once every fortnight, I think. We also had one of the funniest segments ever from the WWE in the last 10 years, which I'm going to talk about in detail, because I think it was absolutely brilliant. Releases of the new diva looks like she's been released. Cameron, she looks like she's getting released from WWE now. TNA, I've seen some people had the audacity to steal the TNA wrestling belts. I think one was dressed up as Samoa Joe, and the other one was dressed up as Mr. Anderson, because they're not getting a fair crack of the whip. Boom, boom, there we go. Quick little joke in there, but there we go. But it did really happen that two people tried to steal the TNA belts. It's the thing. Birthday shows in 2 weeks. 2 weeks' time. 14th September is our birthday show. With the new person that's going to help me out on British Wrestling Radio, going to make their debut. That's all I'm going to say. There's going to be two of us on that night. That's all I'm going to say on that. I'm not saying nothing. Male, female, I'm not saying who it is, what it is, or anything. But all I'm saying is the person that is coming on to be host will be on September 14th, 2012, for the birthday show. And no, it's not Jackie. Oh, can you imagine Jackie? For those who don't know who Jackie is, Jackie is this girl who's... most of us guys in the chat room, there's S69, Winter's Lair, there's a few of us that we listen to at a radio station called WZO on a Tuesday night. Now, earlier on this year, Jackie's done this website, and Jackie is one of these people that believes that wrestling is real. Bless her. And she was ringing up saying, because of, she was ringing up Ryan every single week, and she used to ring them up non-stop and just talk about what's happening in TNA. I can't believe that John Cena's been done this. And she bought it hook, line, and sinker. She was brilliant. She was absolutely brilliant. And then she just disappeared. And she disappeared after WrestleMania. And hi, Kerry. and we just had everybody in the chat room. It was with a bet that happened, and I'm not going to go into details of the bet because that's between Jackie and the others. But to cut a long story short, Jackie got upset. She didn't go through with the bet. She got really upset, and nobody's seen her since. And then, if she's listening, I know it's a long shot, but Jackie, if you're listening, sweetheart, come to British Wrestling Radio. We'll always have a seat. And Stephen Magnus, thank you very much. Thank you. All the best. I hope you enjoy the thing. It's going to be strange. I think this is the first time I won't mention Hell for Lycra in like 6 weeks, in like 3-4 months. This is going to be really, really weird not mentioning Hell for Lycra anymore. I hope it was an absolute blast. I saw one of our fans, Neil, got in through Piper's Pit in the ring in Hell for Lycra. It looked like it was an absolute blast from start to finish. I hope you guys didn't have too many headaches, too many heart attacks. Went from start to finish, but the Hell for Lycra, I can't wait because we're going to have lots and lots of good times, and hope it all kicks off. And I hope you had a real, real good, and looking forward to Hell for Lycra 10. Now, let's have a look. What I said I was going to talk about. Do you know, I've got it all on my phone tonight, and I can't remember where to put it. Ding. This is shows how professional, eh? It really does matter. Hello, guests, 9723 as well. 43. Right. We've got... Excuse me 1 second. Screen capture. There we go. We said tonight we're going to talk about the British talk. Yeah. Oh yeah, Neil. For those who don't know, Neil Malone is SWE super fan. He's an absolute. He loves wrestling. This guy is top notch. He's an absolute gem of a fan, and he's an absolute thing. And he sent a video in to WWE, and it was actually on when that guy was singing, Kevin Rod or whatever you call him, he was singing the song in SummerSlam. Neil's video was on in the back, and he was the guy wearing the Hot Rod t-shirt and the Piper outfit. And Neil was actually on SummerSlam, and I was going, oh wow, look, it's Neil. Neil's on. Wow, look at that. And it was really, real cool for him. And and then next minute, when he had Piper's Pit in the SWE Hell for Lycra, he got invited into the ring with Piper. I'm not kidding. I would have marked out forever. I'd have been blubbering. I put a photograph on Facebook today of me with Davey Richards, and that's my moment. I've had my photograph took this year with Chris Travis, Davey Richards, and Madman Manson. I'm happy. That's me done. I'm happy. All I've got to do now is to get a few more that I want, and I'm happy as a pig in shit. And I am not joking. Really, really is cool. Absolutely superb stuff. But get in here, you little pup. Wicked. Oh dear. Oink. What do you mean oink? I'm not a Bleeding United fan. Don't you oink at me, you fuckers. Cheeky twats. Sheffield Wednesday. Oh yeah, get in there. You know what I mean? Anyway, right. Big news for the birthday shows. I have here announced that for the birthday show in 2 weeks, I've sent a few emails off to people to ask them to be guests. The guest list is growing, and I've got nobody confirmed yet, but I have asked some people that I would love to be on the show. It's like a wish list, and I am trying my best to get people involved and to wishes or to share with us, share with me and the other host. What's going to be a very special night for me, and I'm not planning it. I know what happens when I plan shows. It goes in and stuff, but we'll see. And also, we're not doing the Hall of Fame anymore. It causes too many aggros. It causes too much pain and hassle, and all I get is the grief for it. And I think it's best if we don't do it anymore. So I think I might change my mind later on in the year, but I don't think I'm going to do it. And I think I'm going to stay away from a Hall of Fame for the British Wrestling Radio, basically because I don't think we're in any position or anything to do a Hall of Fame at this moment in time. As much as we like, I mean, I think when you look at other wrestling stations and you look at everything, what gives me the right to do the Hall of Fame when other people have been going a lot longer than me, and they building up and they're getting the things, and I just want to. I want to recognise the people who work the backsides off, but at the same time, I think the only thing I'm going to do about that, instead of just putting a photograph on them in the page, I'm just going to talk about them. That's all I'm going to do. And so, no Hall of Fame. I'm going to take the photographs off, and getting rid of that. That's going to be announced. So I'm sorry, but it's the way it goes. I think Ryan, Matt, and it does me. So I was going to put some guys in, and I thought they might be good. And so we was doing his best, and we're trying everything we can do, but still can't please everyone, can you? And boy, have I found that out big style this year. If somebody had said to me a year ago when I started this thing that what would happen was you trying to raise the profile of British wrestling, and you were trying to get to a stage where British wrestling is more popular than you thought it was. This time last year, when I was sat at home thinking about this little thing and thinking, how am I going to do this? I was just thinking, well, what do I do? Where do I go? Yeah, and I think the best thing I'm going to do is just spotlight people and get them followed and get more attention, because there is stalwarts of the British industry. There is stalwarts out there that deserve it. I mean, you've got people up in Scotland like Braveheart and Adrian Lionheart himself, and there's only one person in the Hall of Shame at the moment, and that's Greg Dyke, the guy that took British wrestling took British wrestling off our TV screens in '88. The bastard. And I'm swearing there, so I do apologise if anybody's offensive. I'm trying to get more people, but it's like I said, the people that deserve the credit are the people that have been wrestling over the last 10, 15 years. I mean, Jody Fleisch, Bobby Brookside, and you've got people like Johnny Storm and all these guys that really went to go to Butlins and wrestled in front of 25 people in a Butlins thing in the holiday camp. They gave the matches of their life, and the guys that have just done it this year. I mean, El Liguero's been there. You've had the Predators wrestling tag team, and you've had these going all over the holiday camps and all, entertaining people. And these are the guys that are treading the boards, and these are the guys and everything. And let's change the subject. Did anybody see the photograph I put on Facebook about a couple hours ago? This kid, it was from El Liguero's Facebook page, and there's a picture of a little kid, a little guy, and he's into wrestling now. That's 5, 6, 7, and he looked, and they said he wanted an outfit done by his favorite wrestler, which was El Ligero, and next thing you know, you come up and you look at it, and he's got this photograph of this little kid in his El Ligero outfit. It looks amazing. He's absolutely, and he says his favorite wrestler is El Ligero, and it was golden. It's an absolute dream to see, an absolute peach of a thing to go and have a look at it. But I thought it was an absolute cracking photograph, and it was a top class one. And fair play to the kid. He's getting into British wrestling at a young age, and it's like what we said and always said. These kids are the future. These kids will be doing it and everything. Oh, we stayed on, and we want them to get into British wrestling in a way that's never been done. And yeah, he'll take out Little Jimmy. Yeah. Oh, did anybody see Little Jimmy on the president thing last night? Because Clint Eastwood was talking to Little Jimmy apparently, and so but that's what they have to do, and that was crazy. All it needed was R-Truth to come on and going, what? Yeah. And stuff. So anyway, right, British Talk upcoming. Right, I'm gonna do something now. There's when I started this, I didn't know about British wrestling scene. Now this is for the benefit of anybody. Now all these are on Facebook. I'm gonna put this list up on the thing so you can follow it. Now, I just sat down tonight and I went, right, I wanted to let the people know about the British wrestling scene at this time, which is August 31st, nearly September, 2012. And these are the ones that I've found so far. I know there's others out there, so if I don't mention them, guys, and you're listening, I apologize, and I promise I will put you on the list and get out. But I think I'm getting a really good list now of what needs to be done. At this moment in time, this is the following list of known wrestling promotions in the British Isles. And I'm going to say exactly where they're based. And they're on Facebook, so you can find them as much as anything else. So if you want to go and follow them, and then you get to know all the wrestlers, and then you get to, and I'm sure they'll be grateful of the likes and the friends requests and stuff. And so here we go. The following wrestling promotions in the British Isles are Southside Wrestling in Cambridgeshire, and not represented go in Cambridgeshire and Nottinghamshire. We have the House of Pain Wrestling in Nottingham. We have Preston City Wrestling in Preston. We have the NCWA and EBW organisation up in Sheffield. Doncaster Based Wrestling in Doncaster. SWE Scottish Wrestling Entertainment up there in Scotland. Hello, guys. Wrestle Midlands in the Midlands. We've got Progress Wrestling down in London. We've got Future Pro Wrestling in London. We've got the Future Shock guys up in Stockport, Lancashire. We've got the Infinite Promotions in Liverpool. We've got Comic Wrestling Alliance down in Maidstone. Got a story about them after that. EDW Wrestling over in Shrewsbury. We've got the New Generation Wrestling over in Hull. We've got the Insane Championship Wrestling guys up in Scotland. We've got GBW, that's Great British Wrestling over in Featherstone, Yorkshire. We've got RPW, Revolution Pro Wrestling over in Kent. We've got the Britannia Wrestling Up Promotions in Prestatyn. We've got PWA, which is the Plymouth Wrestling Alliance in Devon. We've got This Is Wrestling over in Mansfield. We've got WA1 Wrestling over in Warrington. We've got Iron Fist Wrestling coming out of Hereford, in Herefordshire. Wild West Promotions in the West Midlands. We've got All Star Wrestling over in Croydon. We've got LCW over in Leicester Championship Wrestling. We've got the Runcorn Wrestling Academy in Runcorn, Cheshire. The BWA, the Bradford Wrestling Alliance over in Bradford. We've got Pro Wrestling Eve, the female organisation. They're doing internet pay-per-views, and they're coming up. They've got shows coming up in Sudbury, Norfolk, and we've also got Pro Wrestling Elite up in Scotland. And I'm finished. 29 wrestling companies so far I have got. And I know there's more out there, and I know I've missed a few. So think about that. At this time, they are all active. Every single one of them at this moment is active in the... And there's like SWFC says on SW Online, there are lots more. They are the ones. They are all active doing wrestling. Now, I'm not going to big up and do British wrestling, and I'm sure there's people in the chat room. And it's like I've just... Yeah. 69 just said it. I'll push. I don't give a monkey's where the show is. I'll do it. Callum, yeah, there's an House of Pain Wrestling in Nottingham. They're doing the show tonight. They've just done the show tonight. And I've got Southside Wrestling coming to Nottingham as well. And they come to Nottingham all the time. Go and see Southside. You will never be disappointed in a million years. We've got a great lineup in there, and that proves. And we've done that. And if you want that list, love, I'll get it to Barry straight away, because he pinches everything else of mine, and why not pinch the list as well? So there we go. Got to give them a... It's just, we've got them all. And everybody says British wrestling's dead, and it's like, what? Are you kidding me? And she's going to kill me now. She really is going to kill me. But congratulations to Kerry and Barry, the Wham Bam Body Slam crew. They're getting married in just over 5 weeks' time, and everybody at British Wrestling Radio, and everybody that's in the chat room, and everybody who loves to support us, we wish you both the biggest happiness in the world, and for everything your happiness in your lives together. I really hope you has a great time for the pair of you, and I really do. And we'll give you mentions every week, but congratulations and good luck forward, and I love seeing a thing. And Kerry had a bit of a bad week this week. She had to go to the hospital because something happened with her. But get well. Hope you're better, sweetheart. Hope you're great, and keeping going. and stuff. Right. Yeah. Oh. Right. This week we've had the birth of. We're going to have a new show, and I've just been invited to go on their show as well. It's all right, me. I'm busy everywhere. It's like there's been a new show that's going to be created, and it's going to come in the next few weeks. And these guys are going to just do what I did, but they're going to do Ireland. And we have a gentleman next to called WLR Founder, and it's Wrestling Radio Ireland, and they're going to be concentrating on all the Irish scene and everything like that going on there. So very best of luck to everything over there, and we just got to keep it going, and I hope you get over, and anything we can do to help, we'll help you. It's no problem. And stuff. I know Pro Wrestling Ulster had a show last weekend, and they had one of the all-time greats come out of retirement, and he did a wrestling match, and I hope you had a great time. And I know you got put in the ring and sung happy birthday to you. So happy birthday for your birthday in the last few days. Anyway, another legend of the British wrestling business just come in, Mr. Andy Hogg. Greetings, sir. And but we'll go through that, do that list again, so everybody gets to understand everything about the wrestling business, and we'll get it going. Anyway, right, excuse me 1 second. Right, this week we had the birth. Now, this is going to cause controversy, and to be honest, truth, Andy, they're there. I haven't seen them. I've been too busy. I've had things going crazy. I just want to sit down and just watch these DVDs and have some good time. I've had the wife on me back every 2 seconds. I've been trying to sort my house out, my flat out once and for all, but I'm surrounded by boxes in my flat, and it's doing me nothing. So I will see it. And the moment I do, I will put us on and tell everybody about it. I promise. Don't worry, I will promise. No, I haven't been playing PS3 at all. No, I haven't been playing Xbox either. Now, change of subject quickly. This week we had the birth of a TV show that everybody in Britain was looking forward to. I was looking forward to it. I'm sure everybody within the British wrestling scene was looking forward to it. We was having a British wrestling show going on, Challenge, straight after TNA Wrestling on a Sunday night at 11 o'clock, called Wrestle Talk TV. For those who don't know, Wrestle Talk TV have been doing a YouTube thing for a long bit of time now, and they've been getting in there and stuff, and they've been doing the wrestling scene and stuff, and having interviews with people. Alex Shane, one of the stalwarts of British wrestling, is behind it. I know he's been doing videos, and he's been trying to rebuild bridges that he broke, and stuff, and he's getting there. Oh, bloody hell. And getting there and stuff. What's that? Well, and stuff. And he's been getting there, and he's been trying to rebuild his bridges what he burnt years ago, apparently. Now, I tuned into this thing thinking, right, let's see what they do. And it just seemed that I know it was a pilot show. I know everybody said it was done months ago. Well, yeah, we all know it was months ago. But oh dear, what is it? I mean, a guy that does a newspaper article, just because you do a newspaper article, don't mean to say you can go on a TV screen and talk about wrestling. Jesus God, was he boring or what? He was just like, oh yeah, well, he was not doing this with Brock Lesnar and stuff. Yeah, really good. I'm like, fuck's sake, get this dick off. And everybody was going mental on Facebook. We was going absolutely spare. And it's got nothing to do with it. The fact is, they did this thing with Chris Jericho, and fair enough, Chris Jericho interview, good stuff. Chris Jericho had glasses on the whole time because he wouldn't look at his bloody interviewer. And you're thinking, even Jericho's not interested in the bloody thing. Because he was talking about his Fozzy thing and all the things he was doing in wrestling and stuff. And yeah, great stuff. And then they'd cut to this scene where they got, what's his name? Does Radio 1. He's the main presenter of it. They got, oh, I forgot his name. Completely blanked there, that's his name. And it just, it's happened that you just had all these things that was going. Joel Ross, that's it, Joel. Thanks, Ross. And I just thought that they did this thing on the Britfest from earlier on this year, and Rob Maltman did a bit of it, funny. But to have about 8 minutes of British wrestling in 1 hour, and of the 8 minutes do a thing called When Wrestling Goes Wrong, and you could have shown anything. You could have shown that you were talking so much about the American. You could have done a TNA botch. You could have done a WWE botch. You could have done, and you could have done anything. But the thing that did my goat, the thing that did me, was they took a legend of the British wrestling, and it's like Geordie Flesh. Geordie Flesh, I think I've got his name right. If I haven't got his name right, sorry. And he did this move and he hit his head, and it was like, oh yeah, well, we're just going to put him in the botch box. Oh, screw you, pal. What gives you the right to bury a guy that bleeding wrestles his heart out for the last 15, 20 odd bleeding years over here? When have you ever been in a fucking wrestling ring, Joel? When have you ever bleeding done up like that? Like, I see you bleeding fly over the ropes and do a move. Yeah, fair enough, he might have bleeding hurt himself, but there's no need to bury someone of the British Wrestling Bleeding Organisation. It just seemed that you could have picked any wrestler in this world. You could have picked anything. And it was a disgrace to see it, the fact that he did this British wrestler. And it just did my fucking nothing to see it. And I'm sorry if I'm swearing, and I'm sorry like that, but to do that to a British wrestler, no, not on. And at the end of the show, everybody just went mental on their Facebook, just anyone. And we just saw all these things that it was like, okay, promote British wrestling, get it going. I mean, they had this thing where it showed El Ligero, and they showed all the guys that was doing it. They showed Nathan Cruz, and all these in now. And it's like, yeah, great stuff, but Jesus, they had a chat with Doug Williams. Fair enough. Okay, good stuff on you. Now, the next guest for this show is Winter, Katie Burchill, and she's going to be the next guest on the show. Okay, she's British. I'll give them due. So it was the first one, and I'm willing to walk away and say, and just walk away, and let's see what happens. And I think Stephen Magnus has just put it on absolutely spot on there. There's a lot of class shows and stuff. And we just think that we don't need a TV show to show people, oh, look what he fucked up, he must be a real shit wrestler. So a message to Alex, if he's listening, which he won't because he never listens to all like this anyway. I know it's your first one, mate, and doing storylines from like June didn't help, so we understand where the show was taped. But a bit more British wrestling won't go amiss. And also, like getting somebody on to promote a show that's coming up for the British thing. But nah, do me a necking. Do me a neck. Sorry, but no. I want to get Wrestle Talk TV a good, but let's see what happens with the next few. If it's not going to get any better, then just get rid of it. Get rid of it at all. We don't need a TV show to show the bad side of British wrestling. There's people out there that's doing that already. And we don't need some two people that sit on a sofa, one of them behind a bloody desk and thinking he's Jonathan Ross to tell us how bad bleeding British wrestling is. Please don't. And if you're not going to do that, then bye-bye. Go away. That's what I think. And hope. And I think that guest might have got the point. That might have been Alex. Where's my phone? There we go. Now. Exactly. SWE said it on Thursday's face fits, you do it. And it just doesn't seem fair. I mean, if they get Magnus on, if they put Magnus, Doug Williams, Mark Haskins, Marty Skrull, Styx, anybody that works the board, Andy Hogg in the chat, if they get anybody like that does the work, and everybody's been asking me about a Gut Check UK. And there's 4 names that are going through my mind. There's 4 names. Oh, sorry, 6. I've got about 6 names. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. If you could pick any 6 names to go for the Gut Check UK, you've got to put El Ligero. You've got to put El Ligero on there. You've got to put Noam Dar. El Ligero, Noam Dar. You've got to put Sticks. You've got to put Lionheart on there. You've got to put Lionheart. He's doing it, and you've got to put Chris Travis. You've got to put all the other guys. I mean, that seem to do their. I mean, Mark Haskins. He's had his bit. Maybe they'll give him another go. But I think Mark Haskins didn't help himself. But no, let him go. And so we'll see. But I got asked about my dream match at the moment. Who would I take? Oh, Dave Mastiff. Yeah, Dave Rain. Dave Mastiff. There's got all these people. There's all these wrestlers out there that deserve a shot. And if they get that shot, they'll take it. I mean, let's rewind 16 months, just over a year ago. Now, it was called Destinations X, and I think Doug Williams was the X Division champion that night. And everybody who says he was got an open challenge to a wrestler, and nobody knew who it was. Nobody knew who was coming out. Everybody was thinking, oh, it's John Morrison because he'd left the WWE. It was all these other big American guys. It was somebody from Ring of Honor. It was somebody that was going to take on Doug Williams. And when they started the music, and out came Mark Haskins in this big fur coat and his glasses, everybody was going, what the fuck is this guy? As soon as they said from Britain, it was great because all of a sudden it was like, oh, superb. And it was like, yeah, come on, we're going to get going. And it was great because we had two lads from Britain that were tearing the house down. And then Mark Haskins had another. And the thing is, I mean, I talked to Mark a couple of weeks ago at Southside, and I asked him, how does he feel with his TNA experience, about where is he going to go in the next 6 to 12 months? And a true nice guy of the wrestling industry, and he was just saying about if he could rewind everything he wouldn't have done. And I think there's a lot of people that, I mean, Mark said like he would rewind it and he wouldn't have done the botch. He wouldn't have done the flying press when he landed with Austin Aries, but he wouldn't change anything for the world. He says he did. He said he can actually turn around and say now he wrestled the TNA World Champion, and there's not many people can say that. And Mark Haskins is a real cool gentleman, and stuff. So we're getting there. I mean, look at this. We're just doing 32 minutes in the show, and we're doing. The problem is with WWE, they've got the British wrestlers there, but at the same time, they're not using them. I mean, we know, from the one company in Ireland, 3 guys, Irish Whip Wrestling. 3 guys from Irish Whip Wrestling are now in the WWE. 3 guys, right? You've got Wade Barrett, you've got Drew McIntyre, and you've got Sheamus. These 3 guys did Irish Whip Wrestling a few years ago. I know they did, because if you look on YouTube, and the 4th guy in the little thing used to have tag teams was Madman Manson. Right? You got all 3 of these guys, and you look at Irish Whip Wrestling on YouTube, and you'll see a tag match, and it's got Sheamus and Magnus and Madsen versus Drew McIntyre and Wade Barrett. So Drew McIntyre is still there. He's still in the WWE, and he's still doing his Scottish thing. Wade Barrett's coming back as his bare knuckle brawler and stuff like that. And Sheamus is at the top of the tree because he's world champion. So they're not doing too bad. And these guys were wrestling in school gyms a few years ago. And the first time we saw Sheamus was a member of the security guys on there. Drew McCalloway, yeah. There you go. Andy Hoggs just said it, man. But it's been an absolute dream to see everything that's happening over the last 12 months. If somebody had said to me 12 months ago that when I started this thing, that I could find 29 British companies on YouTube or Facebook and know about all these people, I hadn't been to a wrestling show up to November last year in 7 years. The last one I went to, the last ones I went to, we saw was, I was at Butlins, and we saw a guy that was called Joe Legend. Now this guy's and Joe Legend, he's one of these guys that treads the boards all over the place. He didn't give a monkeys where he went. But he was a cool guy in the ring. I was like, yeah, he's a cool guy that did wrestling and stuff. Joey Legend, that's it, Joey Legend. Sorry, I missed the E. And yeah, I mean, Drew McIntyre, one minute he's going to be the next big thing from Vince McMahon, the next minute I can't remember last time he won a match. And it's great. I mean, the chat room in here is great. Everybody's in there. We've got Andy, we've got SWE, Stephen, and everything. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Really, really do. Nice conversations and stuff. And so, now, as I was saying, in 2 weeks, British Wrestling Radio is 1 year old. Now, I'm going to put a thread up, and I want to know what you guys think. We've done better, we could do better, or we've done that was really, really terrible. And we're going to put that on Facebook. And so I want you to be honest. It's not like saying, oh, you do great stuff. Thank you very much for the compliments. I can't thank you enough. It's really, really nice. But I want to improve and stuff. And yes, I know that sometimes I can't take criticism. I'm not my own worst enemy. I know I screw up. I've screwed up so many times doing the show. I've done so many things that's done my head in. But at the same time, I want to improve. I want British Wrestling Radio to grow. I want it to become #1, where the Ministry of Slam is, where SLTD Wrestling is, where Inside the Ropes is, and all these guys, where Rob's doing and all this thing. And I'm hoping that we are going to get there one day. Apologise less. But apologise less. Okay, I will. I'll apologise less. I promise. It's just, I mean, when you talk about this stuff and you think, I mean, I fuck up nearly every week. I screw up. I think about things, and my wife can tell you. I mean, this is my all this. This is all the shows I've had and everything. And be more confident. I'll try my best. And yeah, and it's just the thing. The only thing that gets me going is I can't come and see people that support me. I mean, I want to come up to Sheffield and see Elite British Wrestling. Yeah, I've not been on UKF since May. I won't go on that website because I don't like it. If they want to slag me off, that's their business, but I won't go on it. I've decided UKFF can do what they want. And so, I mean, everyone's entitled to opinion. Let's see how it goes. I mean, my wish list is I'm going to get a car, and it'll take me 6 months to travel around Britain and go to every show I want to go to. That's how busy it is with me. And I've got all these people. I mean, Preston City Wrestling invited me to their shows. Southside, I always say. And I just think that I think the only reason that UKFF hate us is because of the British Bulldog show. Because somebody said that we're journalists. And we're not journalists, we're fans. And that's the only reason UKFF hate me. I've not been on since. I saw the comments, I replied to the comments, and I just said, thank you very much for your criticism. It'll be taken on board and hope it doesn't. I got turned around to F you useless shit. What gives you the right to do a wrestling show? I thought, well, I'm doing a wrestling show and you're not, so screw you. There's all these people that do them on YouTube and everything like that, and that's fine. That's their business. They're doing great. Everything go. Yeah. And that's it. I'm not going to give them the advertising space. I'm not going to give them the airtime and stuff from now on. And I have a BWR Nation. Army is WZR. BWR has got a nation, not an army. I'm not having that off of Ryan as well. Jeez, I'm not stealing an army off him as well. No way. But we'll see. Yeah. So, but it's been good. It's been good. I mean, I've met a lot of very nice people over the last year, and it's been cool to see. I think to sit back and look at what's happening with the British scene is just really, really nice. It's just nice to see people wanting to thing. And another gentleman that's coming, he's doing good stuff as well. But we get there. We'll get there. One day we'll get there. The British US Slam have got a new start. They're doing a new show, new people, new everything with them. So I've got no gripes for them anymore. So that'll be a good one. So they're doing it on Mondays, I think it's from now on. As long as they don't do Friday nights, I don't give a toss what they do. We've got a new thing. Me and Rob's been talking. There might be a show with me and Rob Maltman joining forces, and stuff. So with Rob Maltman and me are hoping to chat together, and we're trying to get a radio station to take us on together and do a show that combines his show and what I do it together and promote what we do now, because Rob says it, there's nobody does it better than us two. But there's a Pipe Bomb, there's a Wham Bam Body Slam guys, there's Ross that he does it, he's done any, he does a thing, and Jay Bothroyd signed for Wednesday. But hey, yeah, not transfer window's done, but we'll keep going. What we done in here? Yes, I've got a message from someone that just says, you might want to share the iTunes download for the Colton Regal discussed your favourite topic. And so www.loadsofpain.net/news/WWE, do that one. Alright, then I'd be jealous. Jealous what about? But anyway. Oh dear. Are you listening? Get your ass on here if you're listening. Yeah. Oh dear. Somebody's listening to this show, and I think it's get your backside on her. Yeah, come on, get your ass on this show. Come on, just for 5 minutes. Yeah. Don't mind me. Hey, come on, get your backside on this show. Sorry guys, there's somebody chatting to me, isn't there? Yeah. Right. Anyway, back to the wrestling scene. Come on, get yourself on Skype, I'm asking. Anyway. So, we'll get back to the things. I mean, when we look at all the stuff that's happened and everything, I mean, UKFF, you did their thing. We did a Bulldog show. We did all the stuff that were going around. British Wrestling Radio is in a healthier place than it was 12 months ago. Because 12 months ago it didn't exist. And we've got to a stage now where I want it to grow. It's going to grow. As long as there's one person in that chat room, I'll do a show to. I don't care. I did it on the first one. I'll carry on and everything. On the birthday show, we're going to go longer than we thought we usually do. And yeah, the Roddy Piper pod listen, give it a listen. It was recorded in Dundee with the Hell for Lycra guys, and that sounds like it's a good listen to. We're going to have some fun and games that night with the birthday show, definitely. When WWE come next to the UK, oh no, what was that? Oh yeah. Do you think they'll have CM Punk? Do you think they will have phone boxes at the next UK? If you are kidding me, they won't change a thing. They'll still have a phone box. They'll still have a bleeding taxi. They'll still have a red bus. They'll still have the bleeding big Union Jags. They'll still do bleeding everything, because nobody's going to change the set for British bleeding wrestling for WWE in the next 5 frigging years. It's going to be the worst bleeding thing you ever see. But anyway, cool. I don't know, but we're doing his best, and it's like we said, British Wrestling Radio foremost was created to promote the British scene, whether that be a show in Plymouth, whether it be a show at John O'Groats, doesn't matter where. As long as it says that British Wrestling, I'll promote it. I don't care. I'm favoritism towards a few people, but that's because I've grown and they've become my friends. And I'm sorry if that's wrong, but it's the way it goes with me. I go Southside show. There's 2 Southside shows I'm going to. If you want to come over, one's at my house. One's literally at my house. It's 100 yards away from where I live. and that's in December. And we've got one in October with the mask versus mask match with the no ropes, no rules with El Ligero and Ego Dragon. That's going to be another show I'm going to. And oh yeah, of course it's that, right? Now everybody remembers the Callum Murray thing. Well, I had a message this week from Sharon, Callum's mum, and fingers crossed we're going to meet up. I'm going to meet up with Callum, and I'll be bawling my eyes out. But what I'm going to do is a thank you to everyone. I'm going to get the 24 hours of the Callum show, put them onto a CD, and give it to Callum. And, what do you think? Should we do that for him? And I think that'd be a nice thing to say. Look, here you go. Here's your 24-hour show just for you. And hopefully he'll like it. Listening to all his lot and everything. And me talking for 24 hours. Winter was on there. Nixie was on there. Ross was on there, I think. Ross was on there at some point. There was Barry on there. There was Kerry. Winter rung me on Skype from that. And, oh, dear. Oh, and, yeah, the NCWA did a raffle, and there is £90. Absolutely. The Beauty School Dropout thing at the end. Gee, I actually listened to that last week. I got so bored, I thought, I'm going to listen to the old shows. I'm going to see what I was like a year ago and what I was like. And I listened to the last few hours of the show. I was dead. I apologize. Do you know what? I'm going to have to ring everybody back. I've never, ever had to ring anyone in my life. And I just had to ring up, and I'm going to ring everybody back and apologize because I was dead. And when people were talking to me, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I was out, and I apologized so bad. And yeah, I apologized a lot back then as well. And I really was, I was dead, and I couldn't believe it. But oh my God, that 24 hours will always be eventful to me. If you ever get a chance to listen to it on YouTube, when you've got 24 hours spare, then you do it. They're all there. All the 24 hours of everything was actually there. It was amazing to listen to it. It was great for me just to sit down and just talk and stuff. But it was one of them shows I'm always going to be proud of. Even though I was dead, even though I went for the shower. One of the bits is when I had the energy drink, and all of a sudden I went, oh my God, it's full of sugar, and I just got this burst of energy inside of me, and I just went like hammy from off over the hedge, going, oh my God, sugar, ah! Just like the bloody little squirrel. It was crazy. But what can you say? It wasn't just me, and a lot of people said, oh yeah, well it was you and you and you. No, it wasn't. Callum was in the chat room most of the time. SWE Online was in the chat room most of the time. Nixie was there all the time. Everybody's there. And it just says all so crazy. Oh dear. I've just had an announcement on Facebook. And I think this is a bit of a sitter. And this is from my wife. This is my wife's status on Facebook, guys. She's just said, British Wrestling Radio is soon to be no more due to the fact that presenter Dean Mitchell having nowhere to live after he's woken his wife up doing a show when she has to be up at 4:30 in the morning for work. Sorry, my love. Sorry, my love. I'll make it up to you. I do apologise. Alright. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm absolutely dead. No. Oh. Yeah, I'm dead. Sorry, guys, I'm getting carried away. I need a shed. I've got a shed outside. If anybody wants a TV, I've got a big TV in my shed. If anybody wants a TV, yeah. I needed a drink. Sorry, guys. Anyway, let's get back to the wrestling thing. Now, this week, very, very funny segment happened on WWE Raw. We had to stop arguing about who's #1 fan. Stop it. Now, stop it, both of you. I'll take your names away from you. they had a thing this week with Daniel Bryan anger manage. Uh, and the anger management was great. And I thought it was one of the funniest things I've seen in ages. Now, the only thing I did with the... I know who it is. Dino #1 fan, I know who it is. I know who it is. I think everybody in the chat room knows who it is. And Daniel Bryan did his thing, but when Kane did his bit, did anybody think of it? It was the Dr. Evil thing from Austin Powers. When it was, oh, we've got a Brock Lesnar's fan. We've got a CM Punk fan. We've got a Brock Lesnar fan. We had the Kane bit was just like watching Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, but it was it was really, really cool. I mean, WWE was real nice to see for once, and Kirsty's here and stuff, and so it was I think a lot of people were surprised because it was actually really, really funny. And to have a guy that was on a TNA pay-per-view a few weeks ago was actually even better. So fair play to WWE. They get slated when they do things wrong. Give them the credit now. They did something that was cool, and I'll give them the full balls for that. And Storm, and it was a real cool one. And so, but yeah, I think WWE this week, give them the fun. Nice one. But I've been here 5 minutes, I quit. Dear. Alright. Nice one. Excuse me, my throat's going. Oh. It's not a nice when you got somebody on their own. It really isn't. Oh. It's crazy, isn't it? It's when you're talking like this for 2 hours, it's like, wow, what's going to happen? But if anybody, just wait. It's always been. The phone line should be back soon. Status is the phone line should be coming back very soon, and we're going to have fun times and stuff, and with that. So, oh, Brock Lesnar's back. Hey. And they just want, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot my bleeding, and he's gone again. Oh dear. Oh. I forgot what I was going to say. My mind's just gone. So many people are just talking me so many different things. Sorry, I do apologise. I really do, sorry. I'm going, no. Oh, everybody's coming in now. Anyway, right. TNA this week, well, it lasts for 24 hours, but they had the belts stolen from an event, and just been put up with one of the websites where I follow some of the stuff that's happening in America. 2 guys actually stole the belts, tried to steal the belts, and they've been arrested, and they've been to, one's 33 years old, one's 29, so the age limit is going up. And so TNA this moment, I've had wow, it could have been. No, it was two gentlemen that just decided they wanted the belts, and they said the belts worth $6,000, which is like, wow, bloody hell, there's $6,000 in TNA. Always better. Always a better hell. What do you mean a better heel? I love Mickey as a heel. I really loved Mickey as a heel because the psycho bitch was really, really Mickey. And that was really, really cool. And that was a top. I loved Mickey when she was a psycho bitch and stuff. So, screw me bleeding for. And we had it was there. Mickey James was the psycho bitch and everything. So, bloody hell, Brock Lesnar's popping in and out more times than Brock Lesnar on Raw. And so this be British Wrestling Radio starring Brock Lesnar. Goddamn cough. Sorry. No worries, mate. Don't apologise. You're nice. Thank you for taking the time to listen to us. I think with all the wrestling and everything that's going on, I mean, now Tiffany's gone into TNA, and she's been this thing and been this referee and stuff. So TNA's hitting the straps finally. The Aces and Eights is being absolutely stopped. Stop the star thing that's happening for me. I'm loving every minute of this Aces and Eights because it's got everybody talking. It's got everybody saying to each other about the TNA thing. is it Samoa Joe? Is it Abyss? Is it this? Is it that? It's got everybody guessing who exactly is the Aces and Eights, and I think it's going to be good. And then yeah, good point. And yeah, I've heard 2 names, yes. So we've just all these names about people and stuff, and it looks going to be on. And get your ass on this show. Instead of bleeding mouthing at me, get your bloody ass on this show and we can have a conversation about this, because I think it's a good one. Sorry, just chatting. And somebody's just chatting to me and they should be on the show. And I want them on the show to talk about this, but they won't come on. Alright? Anyway, so TNA, I mean, give him full balls. I mean, everybody's been out on him, but to have Austin Aries as the champ and big news. And I'll talk about that in a minute. To have Austin Aries as a thing, and I think they're doing well. And it's just, I mean, I just hope it doesn't go all on their asses. I mean, they've just dropped Crimson like a thing. And Crimson hasn't been seen for months. And and I want to see Crimson back, but I don't think it's going to be back, and I think Crimson's going to be released soon. I really do, because I don't think there's anything for him now. I really don't know. And excellent. Everybody go and watch that at the end of the way you watch that and stuff. That's an absolute dream for him to watch. And so, yeah, I think TNA is going to be I hope they're bound for glory. I mean, the rumour is that the bound for glory is going to be Hulk Hogan and Sting versus Aces and Eights. Which is going to be 2 versus 8 wrestlers. Yeah, good one. Yeah, DX versus Spirit Squad comes to mind on that one. And I hope not, but that's the rumour it's going to be. If anybody saw it on Twitter, I think it was Thursday morning. We had the announcement from Devon that he had left TNA. And he couldn't come to an agreement, and he is now officially done with TNA Wrestling. And where he goes next, who knows? But Bubba Ray has also said on Twitter that after Bound for Glory, he's done as well. He's going to go to Bound for Glory. He's not going to leave him in the lurch. But after Bound for Glory, he's done as well. So TNA are going to lose 2 guys there that have been with the company for 7 years, and I think they're gonna miss Bully Ray. Bully Ray's they're gonna have big shoes to fill with Bully Ray. I don't think so, because I mean, as much as I'd like to see them in WWE, why would they go back? What have they got to prove in WWE? Everybody goes, oh, they'd be great in WWE, but there's no tag team in WWE. And they're not a PG guys. They're not. WWE would, fair enough, put them in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, exactly. Put them as a tag team in the Hall of Fame. But don't. The WWE would destroy them. They would absolutely destroy them, because the Dudley Boys, it would be a good one. But I think they're happy with their wrestling academy, and they've got these guys coming through the wrestling academy. They're starting to show their straps, and they're starting to get onto bigger and better things. Some guys are going into the Ring of Honor. Some people are going to be Ring of Honor. Some are going into the development organizations for TNA, for WWE, and stuff like that. And they're starting to hit it. Now, Bully Ray's shown that he's great at reinventing himself, but he's just a long line of people who have also reinvented themselves. I mean, Bully Ray, if you look at Bully Ray from 2 years ago, he was a huge guy. Now, he's so slimmed down, you don't believe he's the same guy. He's got himself in so great shape. He looks amazing. Bully Ray as a heel is amazing. He's really, really reinvented himself and come back stronger. He's got to be, exactly right, he's got to be in the best shape of his life. He really, really has. And Calfzilla. I mean, who would come up with that? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Anyway, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play, in fact, has anybody got any requests for a promo they'd like to hear? Or would they like to hear Neil on the Piper's Pit on the thing. I can just do the audio, but I can do that for you. I'm just going to have a break for a few minutes. Then we're going to come back and do some other bits and bobs. And then we're going to get going as well and go again. So if anybody wants to do that, and if anybody's got any requests or any of that for promos, let me know quickly. Or we'll get the Neil. We'll get the Piper's Pit in SWE. Oh, come on. Let's see if we've got this. Right, let me have a look. I'm trying to find it here. Do you know? It's Neil Ginger Dundee. Is he Ginger Dundee on YouTube? Right, that's his channel. Right, got him. Right. No, that's not him. Blimey, he's got so many videos, hasn't he? Let's have a go at this. Right. See you in a few minutes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anger Management. I'm Dr. Shelby. Now, you're all here because you're having anger management issues, and we're looking for ways for you to resolve them. All right? I'm going to guide you on a path of... Yes?
I don't have anger management issues. I'm not like the rest of you losers, okay? I'm fine. Couldn't be calmer.
Okay. We're waiting for one more person in group today, but we're going to go ahead and start without him. So let's remember back to last week. We talked about our anger color.
Couldn't be calmer.
Color?
No! 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 Which one of you did this? Huh? Do you think this is funny? I don't have a goat face. I am handsome. You set this up, doctor? You listen to me, you little brat. You take that goat mask off right now! Do you hear me?
This is my son, Richard. He's a goat in his school play, Noah's Ark. Richard, this man is sick and needs help. Okay?
Don't touch me, Harold.
My boss takes credit for everything I do. I mean, Monday through Friday, it's the same thing. I do all the work, he gets all the glory. I just don't get it. And it makes me angry. And when I get angry, bad things happen.
That was great sharing, Harold. Does anyone else have thoughts or feelings about Harold sharing? Daniel, how do you feel about Harold sharing?
Please. You think your boss is bad? My boss is my former girlfriend / fiance who left me at the altar on live television. Then she puts me in a match against her boy toy, this evil demonic monster from hell who I still beat, and she still made me come here. That is a bad boss. She gets to go around skipping without a care in the world while I am stuck here with you people. Honestly, I don't see how it can get any worse.
Daniel, I don't want to interrupt the sharing, but I just got a text message that our last patient is here. Oh, here he is.
No! You've got to be kidding. You see, Harold, this is what I deal with on a daily basis. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay, Kane, thank you for coming. Would you maybe feel more comfortable removing your mask? Okay. Is there anything you'd like to tell the group about yourself?
I'm the devil's favorite demon.
Great. So tell us, Kane, what makes you angry? Please, Kane, we're here to help. So maybe start from your childhood. Remember, sharing is caring.
This is a bad idea.
Well, I grew up locked in a basement, suffering severe psychological and emotional scarring when my brother set my parents on fire. From there, I shifted around among a series of mental institutions until I was grown, at which point I buried my brother alive, twice. Since then, I've set a couple of people on fire and abducted various coworkers. Oh, and I once electrocuted a man's testicles. Years ago, I had a girlfriend named Katie, but let's just say that that didn't turn out so well. My real father is a guy named Paul Bearer, who I recently trapped in a meat locker. I've been married, divorced, broke up my ex-wife's wedding, and tombstoned the priest. And for reasons never quite explained, I have an unhealthy obsession with torturing Pete Rose.
Okay, maybe we should call it a day. Next week, I want you to all practice expressing your anger in a healthy, creative way, so I'd like you all to make an anger collage.
And that is that. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I thought I better put it on. Just needed to do my voice a bit. But I've had a couple of questions and stuff. So if you have any questions you want to ask them, blame me, then ask away. I'll try my best to answer. And so we'll see how we go. See how long I can go for. I might be shut down. I don't know. If we get shut down and just in radio, I'm screwed. But we'll find some other way. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm going to be divorced anyway, so. Oh, well, God, yeah. This week I started a job and, well, cut a long story short, I got the sack after 25 minutes. But, and it was very, very simple that I did something wrong. He said something wrong. and I knocked him out. Simple as that. But that's as far as it goes. I'm not saying anything more. Bad influence, but got a new job, so hopefully starting soon. So it's bad news for British Wrestling Radio, but good news for the wife, because it means I'm working again properly. So money costs, money talks. Yes, I got fired. Yes, I was fired. Yes. I've been asked a couple of questions, and this. Here we go. Oh. No, I didn't. I didn't use a chair. Oh. Right. Questions I've got. Number one. This comes from our usual question person who keeps asking me everything in the book. Ross, if you could put any British wrestlers in a faction, who would you pick? Mine would be Styx, Madman Manson, Project Ego, Noam Dar, and Page. Right. Wrestling faction. Manager would have to be William Regal by a mile for everything he's done. But then I'd put. There's a good faction going on at the moment. It's called House of Pain Wrestling. It's got Styx, the Predators. Their manager is Harvey Dale, and they're doing good things. So they're my favourite faction at the moment. Hello, Bilat Hussein. Hello, nice to see you, first time listener, I hope, and hope you have a great time in here. Where can I get an El Ligero? Because my kids like contact the person, contact El Ligero, really, and so on. So contact the person. But yeah, I think the faction. I mean, when you look at it, there's always been factions with British guys, and but yeah, I think that'd be the one for me. I think that's the one I like at the moment. It's just the House of Pain faction. And Kerry Marie Whitehouse, what, in big letters, what is your favourite wrestling memory? My favourite wrestling memory. No, this is a good one. Used to be watching World of Sport on a Saturday and trying to do it with my kid brother. No, not Airboom Debut. No. I might ban you for that. I might just ban you out of the thing. Think my wrestling memory with the British scene. I've got a couple with the American ones, but I've got a couple with the British scene. My favourite one is watching a match between Les Kelly and Leon Harris, who was Brian Glover, the actor, do a wrestling match, and absolutely the funniest wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. It's on YouTube. Les Kelly. If you just type in Les Kelly and watch all his wrestling matches, you'll see the guy, the hardest guy in British wrestling. He's always been my favourites. Alan Dennison versus Jim Breaks, I always loved watching. Marty Jones doing the power lock. That was another wrestling moment. Marty Jones versus Fit Finlay was an absolute belter. Wrestling involving Alan Kilby was another one, because Alan Kilby was deaf and dumb, and he was a Sheffield lad. And so every time, the thing is with me is when you said somebody was from Sheffield, you went, oh, hold on a minute, who's this? And Alan Kilby was an absolute dream. It was a dream to watch. He was a real powerhouse, and he was deaf and dumb, and he really could wrestle. And he's another great wrestler that you can watch and from the years gone by on World of Sport. But now, the one memory I've got since I've just started doing this was we've got the favourite one I've got at the moment was watching. It was Southside Anniversary Show last year, and basically because it was the first one I've been to, and it was seeing Chris Travis versus Martin Kirby repeat their match of the year from last year. And they were going up the stairs, and they were going in and out the thing. And Chris Travis was all oiled up, and like he always does and everything. He was being a cracking heel. He was superb. And he got this hat off this kid at the side. And he just grabbed this guy's hat, covered the grease and oil off his chest, and just threw it back at this kid. And then this kid stood up as if to say, I'm going to fucking twat you. And I'm like, what? What? Are you kidding me? And that was hilarious. Also seeing Martin Kirby being thrown off the stairs at that show. And that was a good one. Lego being used in a hardcore match. And one of the best DVDs, yeah, Mikey Van Riot rolling down the stairs at EVW Little Rising on video. I've watched that. That's on YouTube as well. So, CM Punk, will I buy WWE 13? Yes, but I haven't decided on which platform yet. I don't know whether to get it on the PS3 or the Xbox. I really don't. I've got to be persuaded yet, but I think it'll be the Xbox. So PS3. I'm an Xbox. The WWE Kids show. Oh, I said I was going to talk about this, didn't I? They've done this show on a Saturday morning where they're not allowing any moves on they're not allowing any moves on the above the neck. So no head locks or no head moves, anything. So you think of all the people that do finishing moves with the head, and they can't use them on the show. And oh Jesus God, it's going back as WCW when they said, oh yeah, you can't jump because WCW when the Bill was, and sitting there, and he got that, and he wasn't allowed to use the top rope to dive off. You couldn't use the top rope. So Bill Watts said, no, you're not doing that. And you also took away the mat. Stupid, is it? But it is a kids show, yeah, exactly. And if you want to watch it, go on YouTube. I mean, I'm not going to put it up. And I'm not a kid. You should ask the wife that. But anyway, we've got some things, and everybody's been taking a business. I know I'm going to be divorced now from the wife. Looks like I've got a lot of things to do. Dropkick finish. That's going to happen on the chest. I think WWE's doing everything, but get his due. The Triple H retirement speech this week. Oh, Jesus God, Bennett, what was that about? Dear God, did he turn on the waterworks or what? My God, they build that up as always. Going to be we all know he's coming back and versing Lesnar again. We all know it's going to happen this year. Jesus, God help me. But I've got some spoilers anyway that takes it up to WrestleMania, so I'm going to keep them in my head. I've shared them with people again. And people are wondering, I've had a few messages this week saying, have I chatted to Nixie? And the truth is, yes. That's all I'm saying. I've chatted to Nixie. That's it. Yeah? Okay, there you go. Yes, she's okay. She sends her love to everyone. And that's all I'm going to say. But I have chatted to Nixie. Okay? See? I've got to mention her. She's part of this thing. Yeah. But, yeah. She asked me, and she asked me this week, she's going, Nixie's been saying to me, there's half of these people I don't know, what do I do? And I said, what's the names? So she's been telling me the names, and I'm saying, yep, they're okay. Yep, there you go. Yep, they're alright. No, I've never heard of them. Don't do that. No, not heard of them. Yep, heard of them. So, so she's getting famous. It's like she should be. She should be famous. She is famous. So, but that's all I'm saying on that stuff. But we have chatted. And we did chat about wrestling. So, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway. But anyway, I've gone through this thing again. People have not been in. And my wife looked at the photograph this morning of me and Davey Richards and said, oh, he's fit. So she likes Davey Richards now. And I said, well, if you'd have come to the wrestling show with me, you could have met him. And she went, He never told me he was going to be there. So yeah, I did. So my wife now likes Davey Richards. She hates wrestling, but she likes Davey Richards. Crazy. And now I'm going to put my little own thing up on British Wrestling Radio, my little things. Got my wrestling thing. Still my favourite though, is Chris Travis. By a mile. Oh, Madman Manson. Yeah. Hey, do you think Madman Manson will come back? Think he'll come back on the show soon? Yeah. In fact, excuse me, I've got a gut, not a trance. I've not got a body like Bleeding Davey Richards. I don't think so. I don't think he's doing the Pokemon gimmick. And so, well, we've got another show that celebrates a birthday in October. Yeah, but we're in September, so we're before him. No. Oh, she doesn't like Chris Travis. No, she looks at him, but she's not very fond of him. But anyway. Now, don't forget tomorrow night in Warrington, WA1 are doing a wrestling event with Valcabius, and they're having a good little thing. Also coming up, we've got Preston City Wrestling's doing their show in September. We've also got EBW in Sheffield, got a show coming up at the end of September on the 29th. Scottish Wrestling Entertainment, they've got a show in September as well. I think, or is it October? October 12th. Yes, the Sin Cara shirt was banned last year because it had a penis on it. It had something like a penis on the bottom of it. It looked like a dip penis. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that shirt. I think if you've got that shirt, it's a collector's item. Anyway, get back to this now. Sin Cara shirt, yeah, exactly. We said this earlier on, but I think everybody should mention it because there's few people come back in. Right, since we started this, these are these shows, these are the companies that's in Britain. Now, if I'm repeating myself, I apologise, but I think everybody should know exactly. These are all on Facebook, so if you want to know about British scene and want to know British shows in your area, then do it. Look them up, and you'll get a show. Go along and see it. You'll never be disappointed. Right, we've got Southside Wrestling in Cambridgeshire. We've got the House of Pain Wrestling Organisation in Nottingham. Preston City Wrestling in Preston. NCWA EBW in Sheffield. They train in Dronfield on Saturdays. They've got Doncaster-based wrestling in Doncaster. SWE Scottish Wrestling Entertainment up in Dundee, Scotland. We've got Progress Wrestling in London. We've got Wrestle Midlands in the Midlands. Birmingham Way. Future Pro Wrestling in London. Future Shock Wrestling in Stockport, Lancashire. Infinite Promotions in Liverpool. Comic Wrestling Alliance in Maidstone. EDW Wrestling down in Shrewsbury. New Generation Wrestling over in Hull. We've got Insane Championship Wrestling up in Scotland. We've got the GBW guys from Featherstone in Yorkshire. RPW, used to be 1PW, Revolution Pro Wrestling over in Kent. The Britannia Wrestling Promotions in Prestatyn, PWA, Plymouth Wrestling Alliance in Devon. We've got This Is Wrestling, TIW in Mansfield, WA1 Wrestling in Warrington, Iron Fist Wrestling in Hereford, Wild West Promotions over in the West Midlands. We've got All Star Wrestling in Croydon. We've got LCW in Leicester, RWA Runcorn Wrestling Academy over in Runcorn, Cheshire, BWA, the Bradford Wrestling Alliance in Bradford, Pro Wrestling E for all the females over in Sudbury, Norfolk, and the Pro Wrestling Elite people up in Scotland. It's there's 29 wrestling things. I'm going to put the list up and everything, so follow them. Do what you want. Get in the British scene, and I'm sure they'll have a show near you. If you ask me for an area, I'm sure. Give me a couple of weeks, and I'll find you a show in your area. I promise. I always say that to people as soon as they ask me. Send me a message on the Facebook page, and we do it, and we get going. But there is British wrestling is happening. It's booming again. Yes, there's companies. I mean, I'm going to say this now. And Comic involving Comic Wrestling Alliance. They had their very first show last week, and they had it cancelled on the day again. Now, this is the sad side of British wrestling, and I don't give a shit. I've challenged the people that have done this to come on the show. And I dare them. I dare them to come on the show. I really, really do. Excuse me. Now, just so happens that Comic Wrestling Alliance had a show on the same day originally as another wrestling organization. And these people that run this organization are very well known to the wrestling world in Britain as bastards. Well, this is serious. I know it's all that, but this is the serious side of British wrestling that we don't like to talk about, but it's going to be said. People want to slag me off for it, fine. To get another promotion to have their show cancelled on their first show, and it's out of order. It happened earlier on with Future Pro Wrestling. They had to move venues twice in 24 hours because they supposedly didn't have the right licenses and everything. But these people are pulling up everywhere and they're getting other promotions, their shows cancelled. Now, I know who it is, and I can't prove it, but it is there and everything, but it's just absolutely fucking ridiculous that people would go out of their way to put other wrestling shows out of thing. This guy had put on a wicked card. He'd done everything he wanted to. He's an absolute dream, the Comic Wrestling Alliance guys. He did everything right. He was heartbroken the fact that he had to stand there and give kids the money back and do everything he could to help the people. The guy was in tears because he had to cancel the show. And these bastards don't care. And personally, I think their company's the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my life anyway. And if it carries on, then I'm sorry, but this guy's going to be known for all the wrong reasons. They was on TV at one stage on the wrestling channel. British Wrestling had that wrestling channel. And we had quite a few companies on there. And but now it just seems that they just seem to want to put people out of business. And I just can't believe that these people have done it again. And so it's just stupid the way these people go out of their way. And so yeah, there you go, another one. SWA have got a show in Peterborough in September. There you go. Everything's happening for a reason. I'm not happy with it, but give the date. And we're hoping that it's going to go on a better thing. Somebody said to me, what's been the greatest year of British wrestling? 2012 by a mile. Because we've gone to places that we've never been. And this show's happening. And we're just somebody that's keeping on and on and on, and we're going of all the things that's happened this year. We're going to do a little review of British wrestling this year in my way. So, not a journalist and everything. UKFF want to talk about it, fine. Fuck you, don't give a shit. I challenge you. I've got an open challenge to everybody, and I just want people to, if you've got the balls and if you want to come on here and come on up, and I'll give you the stage. If you want to ring me up, want to talk to me on Skype, fine. You can have my name. Whatever, come on, and the thing's yours. Just don't tell me I'm the shittiest person in the world. Don't tell me, oh, I don't deserve airwaves. This is my computer. This is my room. This is my show. I do what I want. If you don't like it, go fuck him out. I'm not calling them out. It's just I'm sick to the dead fact of these people that always sit behind a computer and they're going, oh yeah, you're an arsehole, you're a cunt, you're a wanker. Sorry, I swore, so I said the C word, I do apologise. No, not Chris Benoit. But it just does me in. That, I mean, and everybody sees it in all the different works of wrestling, and it just seems to me that they go, don't say about lying out with me. You put him in a keyboard in front of them and they think the hardest person on the planet, and oh, he does you nothing. The fact that you just said to him, said, well, come on, help me make it better. Ah, you shit. You don't have to be. You can't be better. You're absolutely terrible. You don't know what you're on about. And the number one rule I've got, and if everybody's been listening from day one of this, I will never slag off a wrestler. I will not slag off a wrestler that goes in the ring and entertains people. If they're putting their bodies on the line and they go through the ropes, they've got my utmost respect and my utmost thing. It's they deserve all the credit in the world, because they're doing the ones that's throwing themselves around the ring. They're the ones that's putting the bodies. They're the ones that break the shoulders. I mean, Jesus, Chris Travis comes to heart with the stuff he went through a couple of weeks ago. And he's still wrestling. Can't believe it. He's still bleeding wrestling. So I won't slag off wrestlers. It's just not fair, because these guys do work their ass off. It's not the greatest paid job in the world, but they do it so well, and and everything, and stuff. But anyway, plugs. If you want plugs out of the way. If you're going to follow some things with iPodcast and stuff, there's a few I'm going to mention now. Number one, Wham Bam Body Slam. I will put up the interview this week. I've got it recorded of me on Wham Bam Body Slam with Barry and Kerry. That's going to be one. Two, you've got Piper's Pit. You've got the Piper's podcast from Dundee this week that Stephen Magnus and SWE Online have been putting in. I'm sure they've got it. You've got the Podomania guys up there. They do their little take on the wrestling. Too much American for my eyes, guys. You need to do some British stuff. Talking about the WWE, you know what I mean? You've got the Pipe Bomb who've just come back, and they've come back with an interview they've got with one of the guys at the Mob. And no, don't, Danny, I'm only joking. They do a cracking job. Ben and all the other guys at Podomania, they do a cracking job. You got the Pipe Bomb guys, they're back, and it's nice to see them, but it will be nice to get them back in the chat. And I mean, everybody's got their own podcast. I mean, you've got Ministry of Slam that are relaunching this week. You've got Inside the Ropes. You've got the Wrestle Show guys. You've got all these podcasts that we're putting on the websites and for people to listen to. Everybody says to me, oh, Dean Mitchell's the best at promoting British wrestling. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. There's no way near I'm close to being, even close to being best one that does British wrestling. There's not a chance. There's a lot of other guys out there that are better than me at this. I'm just a guy I'm just a fan that enjoys watching wrestling. That's all I do. It's nice to have the compliments, but it's unreal because there's other guys out there that do the work and they do better than me. I mean, I've just got a computer in one of my bedrooms, and I just talk to that. These guys have got proper radio studios. I mean, you've got Rob Maltman, he does his show on Thursday nights. You've got the SLTD guys that do their show on Thursday nights. You've got the Inside the Ropes that do a show on Thursday night. It seems Thursday nights are the nights where everybody does a show. Why do you think I don't do Thursdays? Screw that. You've got WZR Radio on Tuesday nights with the WZR Army. There with Ryan Clark and Matt Boone. And that's on at 1 o'clock in the morning, British time. But if you listen to it, it's brilliant. It's an absolute superb night. And follow him at WZRonline.com. I've not to be funny, but Matt Boone's getting so pissed off for saying that, and he's really, really, really getting so pissed off. What else is there? There's all these shows that's happening. There's all these podcasts, and there's all these things that's happening throughout the world and everything, and they're all doing British wrestling, or they're doing wrestling in general. I'm just a little thing. And I'm just a little tiny thing that does this, and I don't have the most listeners in the world, but what I do listen to, and I'll do my best, is promote it. I will put that list up on Facebook. I will make sure everybody knows about the listening things and all the Facebook links and everything like that. It's been an absolute dream to get this going again as usual. I don't know about next week. This is the thing now. Next week, I've been on WZR loads of times. Kirsch. You've just not been listening, mate. I called Ryan up on his birthday last year. I've called him 3 or 4 times, mate. I love you, BF. Yeah. And, oh, God. Oh, guest, please don't do that. Please be nice in the chat room. You know who you are, guest. Don't do that, please. And so, so anyway, it's happening. It's really good. Next week, I don't really know what's happening. It might be a show, there might not be. It's just I've got other things, and I'm trying to juggle everything as much as I can. So please don't be upset if there's not a show. We will be back though in 2 weeks, definitely, for the one year anniversary show, for the birthday show. So everybody can have a laugh, and everybody can join in and have a good time, and everybody can send what they want to say. I'm going to put threads up on the Facebook page. Am I still apologising? Sorry, shit, sorry. So there we go. Fuck. Alright. But it's just, I mean, it's where it goes. Anyway, that's all for me tonight. I'm going to call it a night. It's 35 minutes past 12 at night. I'm going to see what Sheffield Wednesday have signed in the transfer window. I know we've got a couple of players, but it's nice to see what we've got. And shut up, you cheeky get. And so we'll do that. Yeah. I will answer that. Hold on. Acer has just sent me a question. Hold on a sec. Hold on. I've got another question coming, so please bear with me. I've not finished yet. Question thread. Here we go. Last question. We talked about it earlier on. We talked about the Devon leaving TNA. I think it's a bad decision. Bully Ray leaving as well. It's an absolute shocker. And not letting him defend against TV title belt against someone and losing it is a bad way. It seems as though they just want to drop belts and stuff. It's an absolute shit. What's this one? With the way the upcoming NFL season is coming up, do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers will do great this year? I hope so. I watched the game last night with the Panthers, and I watched the guys doing it. That third-round draft pick did his knee, and looks like we've got 3 guys out with knee injuries, so it's not looking too good for us. But as long as we beat Denver, that's okay with me. Yes, Ace's dad. My Cowboys, no comment. I'm not mentioning Cowboys. I've got a great story. I'll finish off with the story in a minute. And what do you think? Will there be a record after 16 weeks of NFL football? And do you think they'll advance to the playoffs? Playoffs, yes. I think it'll be 10-6. I think they'll get 10-6 again. Right. I play cricket at the weekends. And I do this thing called cricket. And we were playing a team away on Sunday. And it was my first match in about a month. And he said, Dad, if you continue with that, I will ban you from this chat room, please. I mean it, I will ban you. So please stop doing that now. We've all been cool in there. Don't let every second chance. Please don't do that. Okay? Right. Anyway. Now, with this cricket thing, I was fielding, and this batsman came out, and he's got a Dallas Cowboys, hat on. And my mate went, "Hey, Dino, have you seen what hat he's got on?" And I says, "No, what?" And he went, I went, "Oh, shit." So I just walked up to him, and I went, and waited for the match to finish. So I sent him... I stood next to him, and I had my Bradshaw shirt. I had a Bradshaw shirt on. And I said to him, and I hope you didn't hear that, but obviously you might have done. And and I just walked up to him and went, "Excuse me." I said, "What?" And he went, I said, "This is close as you'll ever get to a Super Bowl, innit?" And I said, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Oh God, Steelers fan." And I just tore him apart in 5 minutes saying, "Oh, Cowboys don't beat the Steelers in Super Bowls, do you?" And he went, "Well, we beat you last time." And I went, Yeah, I'm sorry. This last time I'm apologising. Please, I'm sorry. Please, I do beg forgiveness. I do apologise. Dear. Anyway, I'm going to cut it short. Anyway, I know you guys have got beds and you've got things to do with the rest of your Friday nights. So I'm going to say good night to everyone. I hope you have a great weekend. Hope to see you next week. If I don't see you next week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks definitely, but I'm hoping, and like I said, check out your shows. I'll keep putting the shows up as much as I can. And if I don't put it up, I know Wham Bam Body Slam will put it up as well because they always copy my stuff. And I do copy theirs. But good luck to Kerry and Baz. And Ross, listen to Ross tomorrow on Radio Starlight. He's got his show tomorrow. Don't miss them. And I'm going to try my best. I've got a problem with the draft tomorrow night, Winters. I really got a problem. Might have to miss it. Might have to withdraw. There's a problem with the draft, and I really mean it. But I'm going to get my ass kicked now by the wife. Okay, so see you guys next week. All right, you take care of yourselves. Night, night.